Yeah.
Now, what about dreaming? Because, like
Okay.
I said, dreams can feel very real sometimes.
Okay.
So,
For dreaming, we have to go out of the normal science way, okay, modern science, and
yeah,
understand that beside the physical body, there are other bodies. Okay. So, like this is called the Sukshma body, which is called you can call it the astral body. Okay. Inside. Now, yeah, in the modern psychological way, they call it subconscious. There's a thing called subconscious, which is staying within this astral body, which is part of the manas, which is mind, is the English word for it. Manas is the real Sanskrit term for that. Okay. Now, the thing is, you are taking in inputs all day long. You're seeing movies, you're seeing things, you're seeing people. Inputs are going. And finally, your mind brain complex is processing all of this inputs, right? So now people take many more inputs because of what you said before, devices. So much more data goes into people's
yeah,
um, that thing complex. So what happens is, after processing, there is a recycle bin. In a computer, you have a recycle bin. Some stuff goes
yeah.
there. Now, if you don't empty the recycle bin, what happens? That recycle bin will show up as dream.
Dream.
Those things will keep on circulating. Some of the data input will circulate back. That is one type of dream. Okay. That happens to everyone. Like you've watched some kind of movie and something, and whatever effect it had on you, then your dream had something to do with that
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
you
yeah.
saw, or whatever, or whatever happened during that day, or, you know, or last week or last month. There is dreams like that. Then there are dreams which can be from your inputs which are in your astral body from past, like many lives before, anything that can also. Then there is an input which comes from a causal body, because the bodies are many. There's a core which is called Atma of a being, and after that there is another body called causal body. Okay, so the causal body is carrying like imprints from like millions of years. Okay, not okay. It is uh, like a very ancient, and it is like a reservoir of your multiple existences. Okay,
Yeah.
now from something can come from that level. Okay, which will appear like a vision. If it comes from there, that's what you'll call a vision. Okay, it's strong, and that kind of thing. And on astral plane there can be different entities which are in astral. Okay, which can mingle with your astral, give you informations, exchange notes on that level at different times. Okay, so that's also a dream. Okay, so dreams are of so many types. It's not one. One is just your basic recycle bin sort of dream from your present things. Second is dream from your past memories or not so distant past. Third is from your whole causal realm, like where there are different entities in causal realm also. They can also connect, which people call angels, and you know they give them these kind of names, beings which are at that level when they communicate with you in a dream state. So gods, goddesses, angels, and all of these terms are given, or demons, whatever people. And then the astral entities, causal entities, your own astral reservoir, your own causal reservoir. So it can be anything. Are you understanding? It can be any of those things. Now, which one is what requires a lot of discrimination. Okay, so for that, being has to be conscious and sorted to understand that. But if I would say, like, instead of getting into those complications, you know, about dream interpretations and dream understandings and stuff, it's better for a human being to do their own discipline with the physical body and do the right thing in the present, what they can do, you know, like centering, meditation, right diet, everything, and just uh, do things like that, rather than going into dreams and getting lost. Or what did that mean? Now, what am I supposed to do? You do completely ignore it because it's very hard to actually understand them because there's so many different types of it. it, so instead of like say, I would say simplify the matter and say like, I will finally, whatever actions you do in dream state is not important anyways. The only actions which are important are the ones which you do with the human body when you are awake and conscious as a human being. So let's focus on what is in your hands, which is that, and the part which is not, which is the dream state, and all of that. Let it be like a movie. Like you watched the movie, you saw the movie, you might have gotten some good point from it or not, whatever. Like I'm saying, but just leave it at that. And if you got some good point from it, so be it. Good, apply in your life, but not to get too lost in it or not to get too caught up in it.
It's big what you're saying, because like you said, the interpretation also of the dream, people have dedicated themselves for probably as long as human exists, as long as human been always dreaming. It's not something new, so I'm sure there is people that also, why also do we tend to have nightmares when we're young? Those dissipate at one point, then it becomes like more like dream stuff, like not nightmares, but call it dream or whatever. But and at one point you don't dream at all. Like I can maybe have something that I remember, also the remembering of it. Like often you will wake up, you don't remember, but sometimes you'll wake up and it will be like very, very vivid in your mind. So like it's freaking real. So
Yes.
why all this is
that
like
is because the intensity of different ones is different. Like I told you, dreams are coming from different places. Okay. Now, since they're coming from different places, the intensity can be different too. All intensity is not the same. Okay. Some are, like a transmission which is coming. Okay. Sometimes it's all like foggy, the transmission, that thing. Sometimes it's crystal clear, the TV. And, earlier we used to have antenna, antenna you change the antenna and the TV used to come better, So all kinds of intensity is there as well in the movie. So you can just think it of as a movie on TV. Sometimes it's that thing, sometimes it's clear and you're watching it clearly. Sometimes you don't care about the movie yourself. Movie's there, but you're not really interested. So that won't be vivid for you, So it's like all kinds of things, and especially a period person is running. People are running periods like of different grahas, planetary periods. So which will give different kinds of dreams at different times. When people are young, they're more anxious about future and stuff anyways. When people, you said like they get more dreams, then more anxiety is there, it can create more dreams, and all of that. So there are all kinds of factors which keep on affecting the dream space. So
and like I said, many parents also struggle with their children having nightmares, and I used to have them when I was young. Like I said, what I'm wondering is, with the child born and raised in nature around trees and not screens and all kinds of stuff that we read the school, all that we are submitted to here in our society today for children, would children still have nightmares?
there's a good chance, because there are all kinds of entities which are there anyways. And if the entities are there, some will be negative entities. Not all entities won't be positive on astral level either, right? Okay, so there is a chance of nightmare even then. And this plane of existence has its own nightmare, right? Like, like you always have, okay, something good is happening, then something bad can happen. Okay, you can get disease suddenly, you can get this thing, you can get all kinds of nightmares in real life. Okay, like so that part is there in the dream also. So while you're on this plane, you cannot make everything 100% good, because you'll still have old age, decay, disease, death, all of these things. Same way, you'll have nightmares and bad dreams also. It's part and parcel of being here, okay, on this plane. Okay, it's part of being here. Okay, so one has to, that's why we have to get out of this plane, and then, so if we don't want to experience these kind of things, nightmare in dreams or nightmare in real life, both, if you don't want to experience, you have to escape the matrix. You have to get out of the matrix. The matrix will have this, even if you make the life absolutely pristine on Earth is not a plane to be living in for long periods of time, so,
Again, it's a balance, like you say always. You say all the time, keep a balance between, like, again, nightmares, dream state, and something maybe more joyous.
Yeah, but
in your
the balance also,
future.
but whenever nightmares are coming in normal life, or that, it is a sign for you that this is not a plane to stay in. We have to get out of here. Okay. We should not be stuck here in the cycle of birth and death. Because once you take birth here, any kind of problem can happen, physically and dreamically and mentally and all of these kind of things, or in all ways, So it is a sign still, everything, even the nightmare is a good sign. If you say what is the dream interpretation of a nightmare, I'll say it's a good thing. Means you will work to get out of this cycle of birth and death from the matrix. It's a good sign. That's, when people have bad things happen to them in their life, suddenly they have a big accident or something. What is that? What does that mean? What is it a sign for? What it means the same thing.
Yeah.
Like now, like you are in a plane where these things can happen. Now you want to get to a plane of existence where these things don't happen. Okay. For that, you will have to work. Okay. And what is that work? And that's what our human beings have to learn and find out and practice and apply once they find out. So,
Yeah, and we rarely remember those dreams for a long period. Like, I cannot tell you what I dreamt a year ago,
yes.
but I can tell you what I've done important a year ago, like
Yeah.
in my awake state.
Conscious state. So
Conscious
obviously,
state.
the people can remember conscious memory is stronger than the unconscious memory.
Exactly.
The subconscious memory. Obviously, conscious memory will be stronger than that. So, yeah. I mean, you'll remember a dream only if you discuss it a lot. If you talk to 200 people and if you talk to 100 dream interpretation people, then only you'll remember it, because it has become part of your conscious existence now.
Exactly. If you entertain it, you keep
Yeah.
talking and remember.
About it, yeah.
For sure. Now
And
it's
even
going.
interpretation people can say, oh yeah, if you see this, you'll gain money or not gain money, or you get this or you won't get this, or you lose this or whatever, but that will happen anyways. It doesn't matter. So I mean, what's the point, to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. My next topic, PT, we could, like you said, we could talk about dream interpretation for a long time,
Yeah.
but maybe we should pay attention to our dreams, but not all day long.
I told you it should be like just like a movie only,
Yeah.
like watching a movie. If you get some positive point for yourself, which you can apply in your life, okay, apply.
Yeah.
That's all, nothing else. Don't put any more emphasis on it. It's
Exactly.
like passive viewing, still like a movie. So it's not that thing. And people who are going into it too much, I think it's not healthy. And because you'll lose grip on reality. The more you're going to dream that thing, the more you'll lose grip on actual reality and what you have to do with the physical body. So there are like dangers, like of a dream within
Slippery
a dream
road.
within a dream within a
Yeah.
dream, like, that kind of, and if you go into deep like that, your physical existence is in threat, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.